Josephine.
Yes?
I apparently had more personal questions. Tell me about Antiva. Huh? Oh. Who's in charge?
Who rules Antiva?
Officially, the Principality of Antiva is governed by His Majesty King Fugelno II. In reality, Antiva's merchant princes rule the country in everything but name. Quite loudly, I might add.
It's a first-hand experience.
What sort of dealings did you have with these merchant families?
As ambassador, I attended Privy Council meetings in a mediatory capacity. May I just say, one has never heard an argument until they've sat in on 15 princes howling down each other's tariff suggestions.
How does anything get done?
That sounds more like a mob than a meeting.
It's all a part of life in Antiva. Our traditions value passion and romance. A certain exuberance of style.
You're not very exuberant.
Are you positive you're Antivan?
I can be most exuberant when it's called for. Just at the right moments, and in a proper fashion.
Of course.
Might we speak of something else?
Okay, alright, I'm sorry. What is Antiva like?
What's the land like in Antiva?
The settled areas are quite lush. The vineyards run as far as the eye can see in some places. Antiva City, however, perches right up against the Rialto Bay. That's what I miss most. The sea crashing against the maze of the docks.
You spent time there?
I have difficulty seeing you wandering around a trading port.
Everyone in Antiva City spends time by the ships, my lady. The finest restaurants and poets all make their habitation by the sea. The waterfront's never still. Lanterns are lit along the promenade no matter what the weather.
Do you miss it?
Are you ever homesick?
Occasionally. When a breeze stirs the trees in the garden, I sometimes pretend it's the sound of the surf. Do you know, I even miss those terrible squawking birds infesting the harbor. My younger sister used to throw whole loaves of bread to the gulls. Silly thing.
Where did you grow up?
Where were you raised, Josephine?
I was born in Antiva City, but when I turned 15, Mother declared I'd attend finishing school in Val Royeaux. But I bawled into her skirts the day I had to leave.
That must have been sad.
You must have missed her terribly.
I did, and she was most unsympathetic to my wailing. But my mother only wanted the best for me. Living in Orlais was an education in itself.
What was it like?
What did you learn at this finishing school in Val Royeaux?
Among other things, mathematics, rhetoric, poetry, history, logic, and a great deal of etiquette. I still remember Madame Beventir's switch on my knuckles when I forgot the basic tenets of Nevaran dining customs. For a dowager approaching her 80th year, she had quite the arm.
What did you think of Orlais?
How did the younger you like Val Royeaux when you arrived?
Have you ever stepped into a new city and felt the buildings couldn't possibly be real? That was Val Royeaux to me. So beautifully foreign, I gaped at its spires for months.
Are there none in Antiva?
Does Antiva City have nothing that compares to Val Royeaux?
Antiva City is a jewel among the capitals. But I did not appreciate that before I traveled. There are multitudes of places I'd like to see. Seheran, the Anderfells, whatever lies past the Amaranthine Ocean.
What's your past with Leliana?
You haven't really gone into detail about how you know Leliana.
We met... let me think. We met the last few years of my schooling, but we became friends after I became ambassador to Orlais. It seems terrifyingly long ago now.
What prompted the reunion?
How exactly did you and Leliana reconnect in the Inquisition?
I discovered my family had been overcharging a merchant we traded with for months. Our name carries a great deal of trust in Antiva. I spent weeks arranging a string of favors as suitable recompense. Apparently satisfied, the merchant extended me an invitation to her estate. Leliana greeted me in place of the merchant.
That sounds like her.
I assume there was more to it than a strange way to say hello.
It was a test of sorts. Leliana claimed she needed someone of painful integrity for the Inquisition. I accepted, once she finally explained what it was.
Are you still friends?
Do you remain close?
Yes, but she's grown so much more distant than the outgoing woman I met in Val Royeaux.
Yeah.
Leliana used to wander the Orlesian courts, singing the sweetest songs, charming the greatest wits. Now she collects secrets and takes risks that would make empires tremble. I worry, but she will not hear it.
Do you talk often?
Does Leliana confide in you?
She enjoys revisiting our more disastrous adventures. Leliana used to concoct the most ridiculous plans. Run if you ever see her with a twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief.
Okay. What's your family like?
Tell me about the Montiliers.
Well, my parents are alive and in good health. They live in our estate in Antiva City. Of my 4 siblings, most attend to the running of the family vineyards. That reminds me, I must ask someone to make sure Yvette attends the spring reception at the palace. My youngest sister has no head for social engagements.
Why are you arranging it?
Why are you overseeing your siblings' social lives?
It's Antivan custom. After a certain age, the heir apparent runs the family's estate to prove they're worthy of succession. If you're unfit for the task, the heads of the house, usually one's parents, may decree a new heir.
What do the heads do?
What do these Antivan heads of the households do if they don't run it?
They work and provide guidance. I've taken advice from my parents. Well, mostly mother. Father's more of an artist. It's rather gauche, but we never can dissuade him from running his own salons. Between him and my siblings, Mother's looking forward to my taking over the estate.
Sounds exhausting.
Between that and the Inquisition, when do you ever rest?
Delegation helps a great deal. But managing the estate is my duty. As much work as it is, I will not shirk it.
You sound determined.
Is running your family's estate that important to you?
I'm responsible for their welfare. A Montilier never shuns their familial duty. Taxing as those duties can sometimes be.
I don't think... Can your family help?
Maybe your siblings could help lighten your burden.
You don't know them. But Lorien in charge, or Antoine, or Yvette? No, truly. It must be me.
What about your family fortune?
You said the Montiliers used to run an entire trading fleet. What happened?
There was a scandal in Val Royeaux more than an age ago. The Montiliers were forbidden from trading with Orlais. Our personal fortunes never quite rebounded.
Like a whole 100 years ago?
Does anyone in Orlais even remember what that scandal was?
I doubt it, but the injunction persists.
What exactly happened?
An affair with a minor lord. Perhaps. Most other details are lost.
So nobody knows.
Are you saying your family's livelihood was ruined because of a love affair no one even remembers?
Essentially, Orlesian politics are full of these unhappy little missteps, Inquisitor.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
I think that covers everything.
It's good to see you.
We got a codex. Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility.
Yeah.
They will be gently reminded of this.
Not useful. Alright.
Goodbye.
Codex. Samson. I want this made clear to every man and woman in our army. Do not challenge the Red Templar's leader, General Samson, on your own. You may have heard stories of how Samson used to be a Templar in Kirkwall until he was thrown out of the order, that he became a vagrant begging for coin to buy lyrium. That man no longer exists. The fiend who attacked us at Haven had the strength of a dozen men. Samson has the training of a Templar and all the power of red lyrium at his command. For those who did not see it firsthand, he is as dangerous as any demon, perhaps worse. Treat him as such. I will hold personally accountable any officers who do not communicate this order to their soldiers. Letter from Commander Cullen issued to commanding officers to read to all Inquisition soldiers. Wow. No, nothing on Dagna? Interesting. Okay. In the rest of the civilized world, it is common belief that Antiva has no king. I assure you, gentle readers, that this is untrue. The line of kings in Antiva has remained unbroken for 2,500 years. It is simply that nobody pays any attention to them whatsoever. In truth, the nation is ruled by a collection of merchant princes. They are not princes in the literal sense, but heads of banks, trading companies, and vineyards. Their power is conferred strictly by wealth. But Antiva is not primarily renowned for its peculiar form of government, nor for its admittedly unparalleled wines. Antiva is known for the House of Crows. Since Antivans are well known for being good at everything but fighting, it is more than a little ironic that Antiva possesses the most deadly assassins in the world. Their fame is such that Antiva keeps no standing army. No king is willing to order his troops to assault her borders, and no general is mad enough to lead such an invasion. The attack would likely succeed, but its leaders would not see the day. On Skyhold. The question isn't, is it special? The question is, how special? We found relics, but there are always relics. I read this. Oh, we got more. Okay. Skyhold has not just been claimed time and time again, but sacked as well. We managed to uncover some remnants, including a scratching under a pillar that mentions the name given by your witch. Old, but still long, after the place had been built over. This is... okay. Interesting. So, I think when they mean by your witch, they mean Morrigan, but we haven't had Morrigan yet. And Morrigan tells you the elven name of it, which I don't remember what the actual name is, but it literally translates to the place where the sky was held back, hence Skyhold. Anyway. Old, but still long after the place had been built over, but the author knew something of its first purpose, or at least something of a legend. Okay, so Elven. Even with assistance from your elf, we managed only a partial translation. Assistance from your elf. You mean Solas? Elven is often a game of intents, not direct mapping of phonetic meaning. That means it's a mess. Our belief transformed into everything. Assertion, problem, uncertain. All time is transformed into the final first death, uncertain. Inevitable, threatened victory, and honorable, promised freedom in the untorn veils, unknown. Where the sky is held up back, where the people give, gain, love, that is an apology, promise from to missing subject, uncertain. Mostly complete, as fragments go. The rhythm is strange, not like others I've recorded. Perhaps less a poem than a statement. The Elven language does tend to meander. Notes from the archivist. Interesting. All right. Oh, goodness. Construction report. Request to fight. Workers finishing the banner placements are requesting more important tasks. Several wish to train with swords so they can fight, more directly serving the Inquisition. They travel to join a war, not dress up a keep. Can't say I disagree. Foreman Charisse. Our enemy cut a hole in the sky, seen everywhere. We look upon it from below, but it need not humble us. We may fight because we are many. We are many because the Inquisition inspires. The Inquisitor inspires because of her growing legend. Part of this legend is what the masses find upon arrival. That is the job of your workers. Not vanity, but veneration. Not impulse, but elevation. Their skill as workers is greater threat to the enemy than their number in half-trained soldiers. Lady Montillier. Okay, alright, let's see what we have here. Stairs. Take us up here. Do I need to talk to you at all?
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
How are things going?
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
Adequate. Based on a partial improvements to Skyhold.
Okay.
As you were.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Let's turn some stuff in. Corpse brains removed too. Is that it? That's it? That's... Oh, my influence went up, so that's great. I found some of your books.
Look at all these books.
Oh. Oh, okay. That wasn't... Alright. Interesting. Ooh, I got a new perk. Nice. Nice. Fiona doesn't have anything else to say. Here's a book. Way of the Necromancer. Oh! Oh, okay. Okay. Dorian.
I'm told you have Alexius researching magic for you.
I do.
Research is always what made him happiest. Perhaps I'll even go talk to him eventually.
Good.
One word of advice. If he suggests altering time as a way to solve all your problems, give it a pass.
Yeah, I don't think I need that advice.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Talk to you again?
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
Okay, no.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
He has nothing for us. Where's, okay, I haven't met, whoa, all right, damn. Something tells me that's one of the things that we found that the dwarf down there is building for us. And this is probably Freeder the slaves, and I missed one, and it's not gonna get completed, so that's great. You should have book. Oh, okay, that wasn't what I thought it was. Surfacing. Paint, plaster, tile, plaster, stone. Previous occupants have redressed over and over. Most are solid. Some I would strip down to the stone. The strength of this place is the foundation. Are we here for the long term, or is the Inquisition temporary? Amsel Masonry. Do it right. The Inquisition is only temporary if we fall, and we're not failing the Inquisitor. Or Morris. Oh, there's another one. That's halfway finished. I don't think, yeah, those aren't meant to be opened. Vivian! What's going on?
Vivian.
My dear Inquisitor, whatever can I do for you?
Why are there movers here?
Where did I find movers changing all my furniture?
I'm sure I don't know, darling. Perhaps your old furniture was full of lice and fleas.
I didn't expect... You only get the scene if she hates you, and I didn't think I had gotten down that far yet. But apparently I have. What is going on?
What exactly is this all about, Vivian?
I'll speak slowly for you, my dear. I know it's hard to follow. Setting malcontents loose among the population with no safeguards to stop them should they turn into abominations. Very wise. I rearranged some furniture. Lives are not thrown into jeopardy by this. Perhaps a little perspective is wanted here.
Yeah, whatever.
You can't make me angry with a few words and a silly prank.
I merely wanted to see what you'd do. You are the current leader of the Inquisition. It's good to know your limits. And now I do. Be a dear and run along now, Inquisitor. I have so much to attend to.
I thought you would actually walk into your room and see furniture rearranged. I'm a little disappointed that that didn't happen. But yeah, she tries to, basically she knows that she has no power here. If she hates you and the two of you disagree on so much, she knows that she's not gonna really get anything out of the Inquisition. So she tries to get a rise out of you, to see if something so petty as moving furniture would upset you. And that's how it goes. Anyway.
Off to another crisis, my dear. It has taken its toll on you.
Never mind. Just gonna... Anything? Anything else?
Whatever is the matter this time, dear?
No. Anyway... I've never gotten that scene before. Dorian... We gotta go up and talk to Lavellan. Also, pointing this out, Vivian has chosen to set up her spot above and directly across from the Inquisitor's throne, so that you are always looking up at her. So, pointing that out for your observation. Where are we going? Talk to Lavellan. That letter is always there, no matter, you can read it 50 times, it's always there.
Did you need something?
Updates?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Okay.
I'll leave you to your work.
Let's try. Yep. Yeah, always there. I'm gonna pick it up just to make sure. Is this always there too? Bear and Plucky. Yeah, Bear. Okay. So for whatever reason, these letters are always here no matter what you do. Alright, let's do this! And you weren't watching. Let's not talk to Solas just a second. Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. We have paint on the walls! So, these will change very slightly depending on your choices. And they're small changes, I don't really know. I couldn't begin to tell you what the differences are. I want to pick this up. Sister Lavellan, as per your request, I've made a thorough examination of the fresco adjoining the rotunda. I first attempted to clarify its intent with Messer Solas. Forgive me, I know he's not titled with the structure of the Inquisition, but the more I learn of his experience, the more awkward I feel not using a formal honorific. On the mural, all Messer would say is Skyhold is her fortress, meaning, of course, the Inquisitor. These are her actions. He is, of course, correct. The subject of each edition is self-evident. On the medium and method, it is elven fresco, pigment and plaster, and it is grand. I have barely been privileged to observe such skill as it is applied. It is considered with long periods of study before the image emerges, whole cloth and with certainty. It speaks of how I imagine elves view the world, and the measured nature of their step. I should expect such confidence from Messer given his probable years of study, but it is still an amazing work, demonstrating an art with few living practices even among the Dalish. Tivis Brandon. So yeah.
Good afternoon.
I'm interested in what you told me of yourself in your studies. If you have time, I'd like to hear more.
You continue to surprise me. All right, let us talk. Preferably somewhere more interesting than this.
Why here?
Haven is familiar. It will always be important to you.
We talked about that already.
I sat beside you while you slept, studying the anchor.
Thanks.
I'm glad someone was watching over me.
You were a mystery. You still are. I ran every test I could imagine, searched the Fade, yet found nothing. Cassandra suspected duplicity. She threatened to have me executed as an apostate if I didn't produce results.
Yeah, I don't think that works.
Cassandra's like that with everyone.
Yes. You were never going to wake up? How could you? A mortal sent physically through the Fade. I was frustrated, frightened. The spirits I might have consulted had been driven away by the breach. Although I wished to help, I had no faith in Cassandra, or she in me. I was ready to flee.
Where would you go?
The breach threatened the whole world. Where did you plan to go?
Someplace far away, where I might research a way to repair the breach before its effects reached me. I never said it was a good plan. I told myself, one more attempt to seal the rifts. I tried and failed. No ordinary magic would affect them. I watched the rifts expand and grow, resigned myself to flee, and then... It seems you hold the key to our salvation. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change.
You care about me?
Felt the whole world change.
A figure of speech.
I'm aware of the metaphor. I'm more interested in felt.
You change everything.
Sweet talker.
We shouldn't. It isn't right. Not even here.
What do you mean, even here?
Where do you think we were?
This isn't real.
That's a matter of debate. Probably best discussed after you wake up.
Well, that was fun. So there's when you go to Solas and he says, "Let's talk somewhere more interesting." It's not. Didn't I pick that up? I don't know. Anyway, you only get the explanation if you choose a very particular set of dialogue, which explains that you were actually asleep and before you went to Solas, and you found him in the Fade yourself, which is why he's surprised.
Your worship.
But a lot of people didn't get that dialogue option, or they didn't choose that dialogue option, so they just assumed that Solas went and like knocked the Inquisitor out or something. Which, there's a lot of fun comics out there. I should save, just in case. It's saving for me. Okay.
Sleep well.
I've never done anything like that before. On a number of levels.
I apologize. The kiss was impulsive and ill-considered, and I should not have encouraged it.
Well, you did.
You say that, but you're the one who started with tongue.
I did no such thing.
Yes, you did!
Oh, does it not count if it's only Fade tongue?
It has been a long time, and things have always been easier for me in the Fade. I am not certain this is the best idea. It could lead to trouble.
There is Flycam out there where, you know, you can position the camera to see things that you can't normally see through the in-game cutscenes, and he did start with tongue. It happened. Oh.
I'm willing to take that chance, if you are.
Maybe, yes. If I could take a little time to think. There are considerations.
Take all the time you need.
Thank you. I am not often thrown by things that happen in dreams, but I am reasonably certain we are awake now. And if you wish to discuss anything, I would enjoy talking.
He's such a nerd and I love him so much.
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Tell me about old ruins.
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found the ruin of Barandur, a lost Tevinter city buried deep beneath a dead and barren wasteland. Volcanic ash had sealed it tight. In one dark moment, every living creature in the city seared and smothered. They were statues in the ashes, like a mold made to recall the lost.
Tell me about spirits.
Tell me about a spirit you encountered.
I met a friendly spirit who observed the dreams of village girls as love first blossomed in their adolescence. With subtlety, she steered them all to village boys with gentle hearts, who would return their love with gentle kindness. The matchmaker, so I called her. That small village never knew its luck.
About old memories.
Tell me about the old memories you found in the Fade.
I saw a savage human horde go marching toward the battlefront. They sang a soldier's hymn to keep formation. The primal music shook the ground. These savage, unwashed warriors carried harmonies no chantry choir has mastered. Though their cause was all but hopeless, They sang songs that made the spirits weep.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
So if you listen to Solas talk, his lines often have a certain rhythm to it, and they're actually written to the rhythm of the song Hallelujah, which I have trouble hearing it myself because that's just one of the things I have trouble picking up on. In general, something with rhythm I have trouble with, but I caught it that time. Beric.
What can I do for you, Inquisitor?
Questions I think I've already asked you all of these. Did I ask you about Hawk? I don't know.
I read your tale of the
Yeah, I
Fountain,
did.
and I have a
I
few
think.
questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Never mind. Yeah, I did. Okay,
Carry
good.
on.
Okay, we've pretty much talked to everybody, right? People are ready to go at the war table. Let's see. I talked to Cullen, talked to Josephine, talked to Giselle, talked to all of my companions. Dorian, Solas, Vivian, Cole, Sarah, Varric, Cassandra, Blackwall, and Bull. Yeah, so I've talked to everyone. Do you have a friend? Yes.
Please tell Lord Dorian that I can't get him an invitation to the Wintersun Ball in Leeds. He won't be surprised. He said it would probably be beyond you. It's not beyond me, it's... Tell him I'll try.
Josephine! Dorian! Dorian! He totally goaded you, Josephine. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hadn't heard that one before. Ugh. I wonder what makes them reappear. Oh, I want another one. I should see if I could find Cole's last things before we... Well, people are ready at the war table. Maybe I'll do the war table and then maybe do Cole's final things. Because I'd like to do them while I'm thinking about them. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Increases inventory capacity. Yeah, I think I want that. Give me that. All right. We'll do that for now. You're not done. We have our first group of recruits. I will continue to search for more. Now the tricky part, training. Cullen. For a time, finding the missing seekers seemed to be impossible. Early indications pointed to these men and women heading one at a time into Ferelden. There, their trail went cold. A chance rumor regarding Ban Lorin, a Ferelden nobleman who had not been heard from for months, led Inquisition agents to investigate Kaer Oswin, and they too went silent. These events are connected, and it seems this is where the missing seekers will be found. So that might have unlocked something for us. Oh, let's do this one. New to the crew. A note in careful handwriting from the youth who recently arrived, the Inquisition. I found bandits stalking your patrols. They are the usual kind, and I can show your people where they are. I'd have tried to stop them, but they have swords and I don't. If you have extra, I will help. I want to help. Sutherland. So Sutherland is the guy in the tavern who talked about wanting to help. You can have Leliana do it, and that basically means you don't really... Like, Sutherland doesn't go anywhere. This is the end of the line. That's the end of his quest. Cullen will continue this quest line. The boy knows where they are, outfit him. It's a minor threat, so we'll do that.
All right.
Because I like Sutherland. Thanks from a chant reach, sister. Inquisitor Lavellan, you may not remember me. I stayed at Skyhold for a time and later accompanied some injured soldiers to Ferelden. Our journey was more perilous than expected, and I only lived to write this, thanks to the aid of the Inquisition. I have little to offer, but if I may help the Inquisition in some small way, you've only to ask. I could arrange to transfer Sister Paulette to the Chantry in Denerim. Having a reliable ally in the capital's Chantry could prove valuable.
Let us begin.
So we'll do that one. Okay. Talk to... I wanted to go find Cole's stuff. That's what I wanted to do.